Hello friends, we are going to be having a little family get-together party tomorrow, Mexican feast. So I'm gonna get a few things started today and then I'll bring you along as we make the rest of the food and some of the party games and all of the fun. Let's get started. The first thing that I'm getting ready is pinto beans. I'm actually gonna take this jacket off. I'm heading out to a baby shower in a few minutes, so I got all ready, but I wanna get these beans soaking. It says 2 pounds of beans. I don't know how much 2 pounds is, so I'm gonna measure it. Mark and the boys just got home from snowboarding. They're holding on to winter, the last little bit of it, so they went and found some snow. So we just have dry pinto beans here. I'm gonna go up to 2 pounds.
Hey, hon.
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
Good.
I'm filming right now, so.
Hi.
I'm getting these ready today because the recipe says that if you soak them overnight with a splash of apple cider vinegar, that it gets rid of some of the phytic acid and makes them easier to digest and creates less of a gassy side effect. So we'll go with it. It also makes it so that any beans that are bad rise to the top and we can pick those out. So we're gonna get these soaking. I remember as a kid, my mom would soak the pinto beans and then we would pick out all the ones that float. A little splash of apple cider vinegar. Ooh, that maybe was more than a splash, but I don't think it can hurt. All right. We're gonna let these soak till tomorrow and then we're gonna cook them in the Instant Pot. When I made these beans for my mom one time, she was like, those are the best beans I've had since my childhood. My mom grew up in Mexico, down in the, what they called the Mormon colonies in Mexico. And she said this was a good recipe. All right, I'm gonna send you to Mark and the boys and their backcountry snowboarding adventure.
Good morning, friends. I'm heading out with the boys for what might be our last snowboarding trip of the year. We've got the car all loaded up. Gonna head down the highway and see what kind of adventure we have this weekend. Seems like we found winter again up here in the mountains. When we got a little rain in town, they got about 4 or 5 feet of snow up here. Time to turn on the avalanche beacon and head up the mountain. There we go. Well, this time of year, as we head out, we're in spring, there's really a tug and pull of recreating, because on one hand you are so done with snow and you want to just be down where it's warmer, but on the other hand there's finally enough daylight and there's enough snow and then the temperatures have moderated quite a bit. I mean, just have a light jacket now, and so there's the tug and pull of spring. At some of the trailheads here in South Central where they're popular for backcountry skiing, they have these avalanche kiosks up ahead. You can see it's got this red blinking X. If my beacon is on, as I get closer, it'll turn to green to let you know, hey, your avalanche beacon's sending out the right signal. So let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. We got our green signal. It's always a good reminder just to make sure, hey, everything's working right before we're heading up into the mountain. Yeah, look, the stuff is already gone. Yeah. Does not look like springtime here. There is so much snow up here, it's just amazing seeing it coating these trees. The avalanche forecasters came up on this mountain 2 days ago and they dug a pit and probed the depth. It was over 11 feet deep in, so almost 3 meters, just up right where we are. Pretty amazing. We made it up to about 2,400 feet. I'm gonna take a little break, have a snack, And we might snowboard right down from here.
Really?
Avalanche danger is a little bit higher today, so we gotta be careful about what lines we pick. And
I kind of want to go to right there so we can do that jump, and then we can start from there.
that's a jump.
That look right there. Up there? Yeah.
We've decided to transition over to snowboarding. The boys changed their boards over. And we're gonna head down. Did you need any help with that, Hunter, anymore? You got it? Or?
I'm going through the tree.
Right. Well, we're off.
And I'm stuck.
You gonna get up? You need help. Get moving. It's really coming down. Okay. Show me the way.
Yeah, let's send it.
The snow just keeps coming down, and definitely feels like full-on winter here. Go to the right of my tracks. Oh, right here. Keep going. Kind of trend to the right. That's it. That works. Nice. That was awesome.
Go.
That was huge. We made it back to the car off the mountain. What an amazing last trip for snowboarding this season, but it's hard to think that this really will be our last trip. It feels like serious winter up here. Time to load things up and head back to be with Lauren and the family.
Time to go to the baby shower.
Yeah. Maybe in time to go to the baby shower and have some hot wings. Well, what a difference. We just pulled into the garage here at home. It's 45 degrees out, it's sunny, it's calm. It was full-on blizzard when we left up there on the mountain, but that's springtime.
All right, friends, we are back from the baby shower. Time to get a few things ready for dinner tomorrow. We got out 3 packages of halibut. We are so close to halibut fishing season. Let's use up last year's. All right, the halibut is in the fridge to thaw overnight. If you've been around for any amount of time, you will know that I have a love for this chopper. Well, it broke on me. This is probably the 4th one I've ordered, but I love it so much, I always order a new one because I can't imagine living without it. But I like to order the one that just comes with 2 blades and not all the extra stuff. Well, I'm happy to report that they have made some major upgrades. The place where mine has broken in the past is usually like right in this like part. There's a part that comes undone. That's gone now. Like you can't take this part off. That is what failed every time. If you get one of these, those blades are so sharp. Don't go anywhere near them with your fingers. They will cut you. Here's the other thing that they improved. This little grid is sometimes hard to clean. They have now made it removable. You just unlock it like this. And then there's a little button on the back. It says push. And watch what happens when I push that button. This blue thing goes like that. That pushes out anything that's stuck in between there. And then you can just scrub it away. So, my love for this has never waned, but they definitely improved it. Last time I ordered it, I accidentally ordered a bunch of extra pieces, like to make spiralized noodles and stuff. I didn't love all those extra pieces. I just like when it comes with your small grid, your larger grid, your cleaning brush to clean those very sharp blades, and then there's like another cleaning tool in there. But I feel like all the other things are upgrades. I've used it a few times, very happy with it. I just thought I'd share because I know so many of you have fallen in love with this too, or maybe you've been on the fence about it, but I love this thing. Right, got a clean bowl so we can make some pico. baby bath break. She fed herself yogurt and got very messy. You can't touch the camera, your hands are too messy. We'll be back. All right, we have a clean baby again. Haha, hand her off.
Say, clean up.
Back to salsa.
Yeah, Mom, look. Mom, clean up on 3. 1, 2, 3, clean up.
All right, friends, that's all we're getting done tonight. Got the kitchen cleaned up, and we'll see you tomorrow for the rest of the food prep.
What? Why do you have noodles?
Those are goodles. You can try them. They're over there too. Time to rinse our beans. Time to work on the beans. These can be made in a slow cooker or in a pressure cooker like an Instant Pot like I'm doing here. We added some onion, garlic, salt, and pepper, and then it calls for cumin and then a bunch of water. I didn't have cumin, or I thought I didn't have cumin, so I added some taco seasoning and got those started. Then it was time to make the tomatillo cilantro ranch. So you're pretty much just making ranch dressing with some buttermilk if you want. Sometimes I just use milk, and then adding tomatillos, cilantro, a jalapeno. The recipe is down in the description below, but this stuff is so good. I actually used the stems of all the cilantro that I used to make the Pico De Gallo, and it had great flavor. I did add a little bit of leaves, but mostly it was just stems. It is based off of a dressing from Cafe Rio, a restaurant that I love, but we do not have here in Alaska. This is kind of a dupe recipe for their dressing. Then it was time to get the rest of the fixings cut up and ready for dinner. Lots and lots of chopping. And then we have some guacamole. Thankfully, these avocados were perfectly ripe, very easy to cut open and scoop out. And then I just like to add some of the Pico De Gallo that I had already made and a little bit of salt and pepper, and I call it good for easy guacamole. So in a few minutes, Mark's family is going to be coming over. Mark's mom and dad, and then his sister Sarah. Their family has a lot of birthdays this week. 2 of their daughters, and then my brother-in-law Ben has his birthday this week. So they're all coming over for dinner. We also get the chance to feed the missionaries that are serving our congregation at church. We try and feed them once a month. And today is the day we signed up for. So we're just having everybody over for a big halibut taco salad, taco feast. And so that's what we've been getting ready for. But we'll show you some of the food and games and bring you along for the fun. But I just wanted you to know who all these people are before they arrive. My sister-in-law, Sarah, made the birthday cake. Grandma brought over a beautiful fruit platter, and we were ready to party. We also got some special Jarritos drinks, and we always wait till the last minute to cook the halibut just so it's hot and fresh for dinner. We had a blessing on the food, and then everybody went to work making their halibut tacos buffet style with all the fixings. It was a delicious feast. We're showing off here, plate number 2. It's very impressive.
I'm hungry. You should have seen plate number 1. It was like massive as well.
We weren't running this morning. The man's hungry.
That's a good meal for
I never
Ben.
get enough to eat.
Leg over. Like she wanted to climb over.
Are you gonna blow out, Lizzie?
Okay, all 3 of you. Phoebe, go over there by them for a picture. Got your triple birthday. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. After dinner and cake, we decided to play a few family games. Now, these were games I had never played before. The first one was human tic-tac-toe. It didn't go quite as I'd planned. When I watched the video explaining it, people were more mixed up. Everybody just kept sitting down straight 3 in a row. So got to keep working on the rules to that one. Then we blew up some balloons for the next game. Kids love blowing up balloons, so I did not take the time to blow them up before the party. And then this was one of our absolute favorite games. It was called Balloon Caterpillar. So the first person runs around the chair, then the second person adds on, and they are not supposed to touch the balloons at all. Some people were helping their balloons a little bit, but the whole point is that you are pushing up against the person in front of you to keep the balloons tight. Other than the person in the front, they've got to hold their balloon. It was harder than it looked because it was hard to go the same speed as the people in front of you. The front person wanted to go super fast, and then everybody else had a little bit of a harder time behind. But this one was our favorite game. We played several times. Next was the balloon dress up. This one was so fun. You were supposed to keep a balloon in the air while putting on a sweatshirt. It was really, really tricky. You had to do the sweatshirt very slowly so that you could keep an eye on your balloon. Everybody eventually got it. It took some people several tries, but really fun game, a nice change up to just keepy uppy where you're trying to keep the balloon in the air. Putting on the sweatshirt adds a bit of a challenge. Last up, we have kind of a tag with sticky notes game. Everybody got 4 sticky notes put on their backs, and then we had to get them off. So whoever had the last sticky note was the winner. You start out in a circle, somebody plays some music, and when the music stops, it's time to start grabbing sticky notes. It can get a little bit rough, but it was very fun and probably a little bit better if you had a little bit more room. Maybe outside, but it was just a fun take on the game. When it got down to 2 people, we made them have to be in just a smaller circle. We had a few leftovers, mostly just beans, but these are great to freeze and use again later. A little bit of Pico De Gallo and some of the lettuce, but the fish all got eaten up. Everybody had multiple tacos, and it was just a wonderful evening together with family and friends. Well, friends, the family's out having a sauna, and I stayed back in with Violet and some of the little kids and Grandma and Grandpa. We've just been chatting. Time to get Violet to bed. Thanks for hanging out with us as we had this fiesta for several family members. It was so much fun. Food, games, good company. Thanks for coming along as well. We are so grateful for each and every one of you that spends time with us here on the channel. We love you, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life. Got any kisses? Can you blow a kiss for real? Do I get the binky? Now you blow the kisses. Bye, friends. Bye-bye.
Yeah.